Yeah, it's your boy Champ. This is the Champ is Here show.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, MrLongchamp, here co-hosting.
Okay.
Shout outs real quick. Shout outs to the viewers. Shout outs to Culture Media. You know
Shout outs.
to everybody. Appreciate y'all for all the feedback. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, the comments, we loving it. You know, whatever we gotta do.
Last week we was talking a little bit about some marijuana.
Yeah. We was talking about that. It was a nice week. It was a nice week. I'm still on that week. I'm still on that week. You know what I mean? But real quick, guys, to get this off my brain, whatever. Your boy 6ix9ine, he's back with a vengeance. You know what I'm saying too? Because I didn't really want to talk about it because it was you know what was going on with the trial and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually thought it was over.
Yeah, but guess what? I told everybody this guy's gonna have a successful career after snitching. You know what I mean? Because the age that we're in today is not like the 90s and the early 2000s. You know, where code of the streets and was in music. You know, but with Tekashi now and this generation, it's like, okay, I would have did the same thing too because a lot of these kids are not street. You know, a lot of these kids are not involved in that element. So they don't understand the code of ethics that come with that. You know, so whatever 6ix9ine did is within their realm. They're like, oh, okay, you know, he was with a couple bad guys, you know, so if his music is lit, I'm still gonna bump him.
He switched up real quick. He was just like, yo, it was them. They made me do it.
Right. But because of all the controversy and it's a high profile trial or whatever, he got offered a $10 million deal. So when people said, yo, how is this dude gonna afford 24-hour security? That's how he's gonna afford it.
Well, real quick, I was hearing some different, whispers. Different people had different things to say about it. I wanted to ask you about this too. Some people think he's a Fed. Like this whole time he's
probably he's
just undercover. This is all
cooperating with the law. Probably, once you do that, then it's all bets are off. Now, if you're a rapper and you associate yourself with him and you get bagged, then that's your fault. Because you've seen what he does, you already know what he's about. So
yeah, because he was just saying how a lot of the things that he did wasn't necessarily what he was planning to do. It was just all kind of forced on him, and that's how he kind of.
Yeah, he's gonna play victim.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna play victim, and it wasn't me. This is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to sell music. No, you wanted a lifestyle. This is what you wanted. You said you wanted to be popular by any means necessary. So you got that. So that's basically it with 6ix9ine. I also want to get into the Revolt Summit. I thought the Revolt Summit in Atlanta was dope, and it's should be in LA real soon.
Shout outs to Diddy.
Big shout outs to Diddy for creating a platform where we can discuss, different topics on TV, and just send it out to our people, and what people can see what's going on and how people feel and whatnot.
Yeah, and also allowing some of the audience to also get an opportunity to come through and ask some of the critical questions to the speakers that they had. It definitely created a lot of chatter.
Yeah, so one of my favorite ones was with T.I. and Killer Mike.
Yeah.
And they were talking about voting, and I liked a lot of the topics that they touched on. But how I feel about it is, and if you go back and watch that, the most important thing that I believe in the community that we need is group economics. Spreading that dollar in the community more than once. Because when you have other cultures because that culture runs the grocery stores, the ice cream truck, the shoe store, the dry cleaner, that dollar stays within that community several times over. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in our community, the minute we make it, the corner store is owned by the Arab, is going there. The nail salon is owned by the Koreans, it goes there. The beauty supply store. You see what I'm going with it? It's just going to different communities, so it does not stay in the community. So I think that's really big. Before we can talk about politics, first we need to see what's going on at home first.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were definitely touching on that a little bit too, as far as like trying to support black businesses, try to support and bring ourselves. That's what Killer Mike was kind of trying to echo that same point that we kind of need to fix what's going on with ourselves first before we can go around and start pointing the finger at all these other communities that are not helping us. If we want to point the fingers at them, why don't we bring ourselves together, come with a common agenda, bring it to these leaders so that this way we can get some type of proper leadership, in the way that we're looking for it. So if we don't come with our issues, we don't come together, we're all over the place with it. You're gonna say you want one thing, I say I want one thing. We're gonna end up being on opposing sides where we should be fighting the same fight together.
Okay. Couple of quotes. I was reading them a little earlier. I'm really excited. I'm really invigorated because I just want to talk about my entrepreneurial path that I'm still on right now.
What do you mean? He's talking.
Okay, so no, I'm at Zona de Cuba, concierge. Really close. I'm going to be taking my real estate test very soon. Very excited, making connections. But again, this is not easy. Coming home, going straight to the gym, making sure I have the awareness and the mental tenacity to stay up reading, because your eyes get tired quick, especially when you're tired. Especially
after a long day of work and a long day of in the gym.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That stuff gonna catch up.
I'm telling you, and it's difficult to burn the candle on both ends.
Yeah.
As the saying goes, if I'm saying that right, I'm not sure. So, but Zig Ziglar said, when you say things, they bring the future into the present. And I thought about it. I said, at work, I'm going to go to the gym. This is what I'm saying at work. But on my way home, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to the gym. But I said I was going to do it.
You got to keep your
commitment. I got to keep my commitment. So now the present me and the future me are not glued and fused together through the words that I created.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now what I do is, again, I bring value to myself. Because people don't believe what you say, they believe what you do. So keeping that in mind, even though you don't see me right now doing it, you're going to see the results. You're going to see the fruits of my labor later on. And for your religious folk, judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying to you?
Now, you're talking to a personal trainer over here, so you're preaching to the choir. I know motivation is one of the toughest, one of the hardest things to teach, and staying committed to a workout plan, staying committed to anything is difficult. Like staying committed to your wife, to your spouse, whatever, can be tough at times, especially when you guys are going through difficult times or whatever, financial, whatever the situation may be. But just in life, anytime you're going through rough times is when your commitments are going to be tested. You know what I'm saying? The other day it was raining, it was pouring outside. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel like walking to the gym right now. And I didn't have a ride, so it's, trying to make any kind of excuse to just stay home. And I'm just like, but nah, I got to do it. I got people out here watching me.
And you know what else too? The day before that day, and this is why it's important too, accountability is very important.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Trey hits me up. Yo, Kev, you wanna go to the gym? I give him the time to go to the gym. He calls me at 7:20. I hear the phone ringing. Didn't pick up the phone, I know it's him. I'm like, Then I look at the time, I'm like, yo, it's 8 o'clock. I said 8 o'clock to go to the gym. This is the time we would be going to the gym, you know what I mean? So I call him up, we go to the gym. He said that, yeah, if you didn't do what you were supposed to do, you would be considered a fuckboy. I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm like, I thought about it. He's like, yeah, accountability. Accountability, man. I'm like, yeah, you know what? And this is sometimes, you know, when we slip, we fall down, but you got to get right back up, you know, and you need to put the right people around you that's going to hold you accountable, you know?
Yeah.
So if I say something to somebody, I say, hey, listen, do me a favor. If you don't see me doing this that I told you I wasn't going to do, please yell at me. I'm giving you full autonomy to bark on me. You know what I mean? Because if I don't do the right thing now, I'm disrespecting myself.
That's a fact.
But that's what discipline is. Discipline is when you love yourself. You know what I mean? So when you get on your kids, hey, Lolo, eat your vegetables. She don't want to eat the vegetables, but you gotta get hard. Hey, listen, eat your broccoli. You gotta do it. So when I come into the crib, I wrote that down. More discipline. You know, can't watch anime right now. Put it away. And Diddy's line come in. Business before pleasure. I had a young lady, yo, no, I'm mad horny right now. I said,
That's the hard time.
Business for poor pleasure, PDD and the fam. Who you know do it better. That's what comes into my mind.
That's right.
That's what comes into my mind. And I'm like, yeah, man, like I gotta get down to the bracket tax. I gotta get busy with the Glocks. I gotta do it. Because nobody's gonna do what they do. No one is gonna push my dream for me. No one's gonna help me out and say, hey, listen, I see what you're going through. I got you, buddy. No one's gonna do that. Everyone's gonna be, yo, you sure, da da da. And when you do make it, yeah, I knew you could always do it. You know what I'm saying? It was never there. You was never there.
We talked about that. We actually had like a little team building exercise at my at the center at the other job I work at. We were talking about different questions they posed to us, and just to kind of give you feedback, you had to like either go to one side of the room if you strongly agree, strongly disagree with the other side, and you could be somewhere in the middle. And they asked us that question: do you think success can be achieved by one person alone? Like, do you think all your success, can you say that you achieved it by yourself? And so a lot of, it was actually pretty mixed. Like, some people went to the strong side, some people went to the disagree side, I was in the middle. I feel like the reason why I was in the middle was because as much of my success that I can definitely attribute to myself, my hard work, there's always gonna be those people that I kind of either look to along my journey, whether it's like my mentors, my parents, who kind of just, my parents, of course, they had to be there for me. That's kind of, once you have a kid, not to say that you can't just abandon your child, but that's more, that's where morale comes in, morality, I should say. You decide to have this child, so you're gonna raise them, and for the most part, my parents raised me to be, in their eyes, what they wanted me to be successful in. And for myself, once I figured out what I wanted to do, what path I wanted to take, pretty much from there, I feel like it was all on my own. So, I mean, definitely, I would love to hear from other people what they think. If they think, that they can achieve this success by yourself, depending on what it is that you're doing. Sports is not something I feel like you completely successful on your own. I mean, you can put the work in the gym, but we talked about that last time about like winning championships a few episodes ago.
Yeah, you
need a team.
There's different types of success, and I believe that you can have individual success.
Uh-huh.
You can tennis, that's you. Boxing is you. Swimming is you.
Track,
Yeah. But it's how you get there. The vehicle that you got in there, was it the vehicle that your coach brought you in? Was it the vehicle that your spouse, that motivational vehicle, that drive that's pushing you?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things, the intangible things.
What would you say? Would you say that you agree that all your success is achieved by yourself?
No. All your successes, majority of your success is all you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you wake up in the morning, it's you.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be as successful as you want, but you will never be as successful without a good woman by your side.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. All right, because women, and I'm just speaking for men, women, there's something that they can instill in you that your boys cannot, your friends cannot. They can tap into a part of your psyche that another dude cannot. They will put the confidence of the world into you, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas on the flip side, men, for women, they just need a shoulder to lean on. Because women, for some reason, already have that go button.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when rubber meets the road, they gunning. I can attest to that. I watched my mom do it. Come home after working a double, and she's chefing it up. For me, my brother, sister, my pops. Checking homework.
Yeah, I mean, definitely
You know
having kids
to
can be
so
motivational.
women, I know when women, in my experience, when guys get kicked out the house, we coming back home to mommy and daddy. When women get kicked out the house or they run out the house, the last thing they doing is run. They're gonna work 2 jobs. They're gonna work 2 jobs to make sure that they doing what they gotta do. You know what I mean? So in that respect, women are stronger than men. So success is individual. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna say 80% of it is you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
80% of it is you.
80%, and the other 20%.
Other 20% is just life, family, friends.
All that other stuff.
You know what I mean? Mentors, quotables. All of that has an impact on your success.
I mean, as long as you. I felt like the people who were saying that, like, oh, that they couldn't achieve everything by themselves, I was just like, nah, you can't. As much as I agree with what you're saying right now, where like a large portion of your success is definitely gonna come from your efforts and what you're doing, waking up every day. But no one is an island. Like, you definitely had to have somebody along the way who kind of gave you a little bit of a motivational push, or gave you some type of advice, or even just helped you borrow some money for a little just to get from point A to point B. Any little thing helped you along the way.
Yeah,
you do the rest on your own.
And an island, like you said, you got to import and export. Or the island goes barren after a while,
That's a fact.
So, but again, this entrepreneurial road, I've been on it for a few months now, and it's now getting bumpy. It's man, it's getting bumpy. Diet has changed, life has changed, mentality has changed, and I'm becoming more of a beast, being more aggressive, because you're hunting, you're on your own. You're not having the boss. I still have one, but I'm saying in the sense of, if I want this license, I have to study for it. I have to set my own date. Only way I can be successful is I have to do the things that will bring me success.
Right.
That's the only way. You know what I'm saying to you? So, I come home and open the laptop and my books and stuff like that. That's on me. That's on my time. I could say, hey, I'm tired. I go to sleep and get my 8 hours. But if I want this, if I want my future to be different, I have to do something different now.
Mm-hmm. Keep pushing that. Keep pushing that up.
All right, so
Yeah. I'm gonna give another quick shout out real quick. Pushing brands, you know what I mean? Got this, if I can get you one of these City of Dreams.
City of Dreams, because this is the city that it can happen in.
City, that's a TRX brand. So
big shout out to Trex.
Yeah.
Culture Media. Big shout outs to Culture Media. Big shout outs to MrLongchamp right here, co-hosting. And last and truly, you know what I mean? Well, how does the saying go again? Oh, you can leave that. Don't. What is that saying again?
Last but not least.
Last but not least. How the fuck did I fuck that up? The boy Champ right here in the building. On the I don't want to call it mic.
Yo, we out of here.
I want to go right. Hey, yeah.
Championship show.
Okay, dude. This is the Championship Show, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.